Hey everyone, welcome back to week 10 of my devlog for Project Vale, a game that I'm making instead of my own engine using Raylib 6.0. And for this week, I've been programming the audio manager, the saving data, and the game object meshes. These are some of the meshes I have already put into the game, and then the save system loading the level. Now, before I get into the main topic, I wanted to go over a few things that I added on this week. First was FMOD. To set up FMOD, it's going to be simple and quick. I'm going to show you right now. First, you just want to install it straight from the website and specifically use the FMOD engine, so that way it's for customized engines. Once you do that, you're going to get a little pop-up and you're going to want to disable everything except for the source code. Then you're going to want to go to your project folder, go to the third party, and download the FMOD there. Next, you can head over to your project folder where you did download FMOD, and then copy and paste the core and studio folder that are inside the downloaded and put it back into the original FMOD folder that you installed, just like I'm doing right now. And finally, you're going to want to copy the CMake that's on the screen. You can also check out the GitHub to make it more readable. Then the next thing I worked on was the save system. I implemented the functionality and I used Claude to finish up the programming and implement the rest of the scene data. Now I can load any scene data and I can just do it straight from a file name. So right now, I added the audio manager and the save system to the project. I also fixed the meshes and textures for the game objects. Now, there was a few complications when fixing it, and the first one was with the game objects themselves. First off, I had to set the texture correctly. I would try to apply the texture to the game object whenever it was directly created by the script. However, I had to switch it to the enable function so it would apply it to the mesh directly. The other factor was the asset manager. To get all the textures I needed for game objects, I have to use the global asset manager and call those objects direct. I made two options. I first did it by a regular field, it was just a list of objects, and then I did it with the second option, which was getting the actual asset by name. I would scan the asset manager and its list of assets, and then just use a function to compare all of the assets and directly for their names to find what pointer value was that asset and texture. Now that's all I'm going to go over today. It's a really short video. I'm talking 3 minutes. But yeah, I am still in the works with something right now and I'm going to try something.